Welcome back to Man on the Crack. We're actually going to be talking about a serious issue today, a little bit more serious than your average injury, your ankle sprain, or even if you break your foot. We're going to be talking about cancer. And with me here is Gary Smith, and he has a unique experience that might be worth you all to know about. And Gary, if you don't mind, kind of giving us a rundown of what your condition was and how you've been able to deal with it.
Well, I had two forms of cancer. I'm kind of strange that I have stage 3 lymphoma, and then I also had kidney cancer. And the odd thing is that the lymphoma probably saved my life, which is strange, because if I hadn't been diagnosed with the lymphoma, they would have never found the kidney cancer during the process of trying to treat me. So basically, I survived 2 cancers. So I'm here today to say racquetball played a lot in that, because what it did was years of playing racquetball strengthened my heart. And even though I'm 62 years old, my physician told me that I had a heart about the same as a guy 20 years younger than I am.
Wow. And all of that was due to because of you staying active. And you said you were also a runner, but racquetball also helped, right?
Yeah, I started out running, and initially I didn't have no choice. I was in the Marine Corps. But once I got out of the Marine Corps, my wife started running, so I used to run with her, and then I started running 5Ks, 10Ks, mini marathons. I ran about 5 mini marathons. So my knees started hurting me, so I quit. In 1983, I took up racquetball. At the same time, I also ran for another 10 years.
Okay. And how are you doing so far as of right now? How are things going for you, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, now my cancer is in remission. Because of lymphoma, they were able to find that my kidney, the cancer was on the outside, so it didn't metastasize. What that means, it didn't go into the renal system, and so they were able to take out the kidney. And so that saved me from kidney cancer, which is much more serious than lymphoma, because lymphoma is a cancer that you can live with. It just has to be monitored for the rest of my life.
Okay. I wouldn't venture to say that either one of us is in perfect condition, but of course, being in the Marine Corps, you were at probably peak condition at one point in your life. But the term preventative measures or preventative maintenance on your body, I mean, it really applies. It applies in the physical sense too. Everything you do that's healthy can probably stave off something later on down the line that might be lurking in the shadows, right?
That is correct. I wasn't much of a runner. I didn't like running because I was forced to, but once I got out of the Marine Corps, and started running to help my wife and her efforts to run the mini, I started enjoying it. So it started out just as a recreational thing, then I got more serious and got more into racquetball, and that's how, for me, if it wasn't for racquetball, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to Nate right now.
Okay, well, I'm certainly glad that you are here, and we're all glad to have you here in the INSRA and playing, and really to share your wisdom, because you have a lot of it to offer. And speaking of that, is there any kind of a message or anything that you would want to share with anyone, racquetball player or not, about this kind of issue?
Well, yes, in a way. This day and age, we have so many young people who are so out of shape. In fact, obesity is starting to be a problem among teenagers, and I think a lot has to do with become couch potatoes, because it's so much easier to sit there and play your video game than it is to go out there and find something to play with. You have instant gratification. Where running involves that you may not like it while you run, but when you get done, it's nothing better than running 3 or 4 miles or playing 2 or 3 hours of racquetball, because you may be tired, but you feel good. And I think we've kind of lost that, especially the younger generation.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you can turn off the Xbox and save on electric power, let someone else light the court and get on it, right?
That's correct. Because you can, the aerobic exercise is probably the best thing for your heart, and that's what probably got me through chemotherapy. I had a 75% chance of not making it, and because I had stage 3 lymphoma, and that it was the fact that I had a strong heart that I could take the extra chemotherapy I had to take for that. You know, because normal chemotherapy for lymphoma is 6 sessions. I had 8, and each session lasted about 8 hours.
Wow. So that must have not been a lot of fun at all.
No, it wasn't. But it takes after each session, it takes about 3 weeks to recover, and it'll take me another 2 years to 3 years to finally get over this chemotherapy that I just had.
I see. But all through that, you seem to come out the other side, and you're a little better for it.
Yes, I'm a lot stronger. I'm not a better racquetball player, but I'm able to play racquetball people who were basically couch potatoes can't, because their body wasn't strong enough. Their heart was weak because the chemotherapy will weaken the heart.
I can understand that. But and then again, okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
All I can say is I appreciate the opportunity to let you know that racquetball is a great sport. It's very good for cardiovascular. And that's if you want to seek a long life, is working on a cardiovascular system, whether it be running, racquetball, or basketball. Something that makes you go real quick. And the racquetball does it for me.
Excellent. Well, there you have it. Gary Smith, cancer survivor. Is that correct to call you a cancer survivor?
I'm completely in remission. I had no signs of cancer. In my last test said I had all my cancer was gone.
Okay.
All of it.
Excellent. That's excellent news. I mean, as a fellow racquetball player and your friend, that makes me feel really good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Just talked with Gary Smith, cancer survivor. That's the scoop. A preventative measure, racquetball's a good idea. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.